What up, my fellow branded Despia Bestial duelists? So I have put together a deck that I like a lot, and actually after playtesting so much, after looking at different builds and grabbing what I like, taking out what I dislike, and playtesting some more, and then changing it up again and playtesting some more, I think I found a deck that I finally find to win a great majority of the time against tier elements and against Sprite. I'd like to give a shout out to Wayman. I don't want to say his last name, but this guy has been on deck. He's actually a lawyer and plays the game, so he's a smart guy, and he's been helping me play test quite a bit, like play test, like it was a second job. So yeah, with that being said, I'm excited to show you guys the final Despia build that I've put in together. And this is it. This is what I'm going to take to Las Vegas Regionals. I was trying to play, trying to get used to, and I still got the deck. Freaking Sprites. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. I don't like the way Sprite plays. They do basically the same thing over and over and over again. I know the Bestials, this stuff kind of does the same thing, but there's so many different options, so many different things you can do, and it's just super fun to play. So, without further more, let's get into this. We got 3 Alibers. I need another ultimate, but I'm sorry about that glare. Hopefully that's okay. Focus there. Would that be a glare if I focus? Three Alibers. Let me do something real quick. Sorry, guys. Gonna change this up. Like how? Well, how does that look with this? Like focus on there. I guess we'll do that. So we got 3 Alibers. I think mandatory to play 3. It's always good with a branded opening, and it's always good just to summon it, you know, get that search. 3 Tragedies. I think Tragedy at 3 is the answer, even though you can recycle it back in and do all this yada yada with a branded Lost. 3 is always nice, or having one is always nice when you're Allure of Darkness, and then even putting one into the graveyard with branded fusions for next turn. You could banish to set branded fusion or branded spell trap. So yeah, I think Tragedies at 3 is a must. Nice to have one in hand, nice to have some in deck. Next, we got 1 Dramaturge, 1 Adlib. I know people are cutting these, but I still like them. This doesn't come up as much, but it still comes up. You can still use it. A Dramaturge, I feel like, comes up a lot. Really nice card. Really just helps open up plays and helps you do different things. 3 Fallen on the Albaz, another mandatory, especially because Bestial's a thing, and then it's always nice to summon, uses effect. To try to super poly, hopefully bait in the gate. But yeah, 3 is mandatory, at least for me. I know some of y'all who play 2 run into the problem where you don't have none in deck and you can't branded fusion because they're in the graveyard or they're banished. I play 1 Blazing Cartesia and 1 Incredible Ecclesia. Yeah, like I said, I really like these cards in the deck. I wouldn't play 2. I wouldn't play 2. I play 1 and 1. I think that is the right ratio. Super nice, because there is instances in the game where they're both sent to the graveyard, either for fusing summoning or whatever. They're both in the graveyard, and a fusion monster goes into the graveyard, and I can add both these into hand. Usually I add out Branded Lost to discard for Ab Libitum. I mean for not Albion, Lubellion, that is, for Lubellion, and yeah, just come back to the hand I think that's pretty mandatory. Well, not mandatory, but I think it's really good. Next, I do play the chain package again. So 3M chains. People are taking these out. I can't see myself to do that. I mean, polymerization is such a good card in the deck. This helps you just discard fodder, helps you get more discard fodder. You know, just helps you combo off. And yeah, I really like this. I don't know why people are cutting it. It was hard for me to cut, but if people are playing 40, I can see why they would cut it. But I'm not playing a 40 card deck. This is a 50 card deck if you haven't noticed by now, and it's actually been working really well. I'm really happy with the way it performed when I was playtesting. I haven't entered a tournament. I'll probably enter a tournament maybe tomorrow or something, but playtesting against the top 2 tier decks against a lawyer. I had to say the lawyer because, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh is a big brain game. He's a lawyer. He has a big brain, and he's actually really smart. So I feel I accomplished something when I play against him. And beat him. So then we got the Bestial package. We've got 2 Lubellion, 3 Magna Hut, 2 Sonor, 1 Drew Swarm, and then Dimensional Shifter, because we can play around it or play with it. And easy side out targets. Alright, let's go to the spells. The spells, we have 3 branded fusions. That's mandatory. You don't need to explain that. 3 branded openings. I think this is mandatory. I don't know why people are cutting it to 2, which I see some builds. But I definitely think 3 is mandatory. I mean, it's too good when you open up branded opening and you have branded loss already in hand or a branded fusion in hand, and you could, you know, search whatever. Man, it's just too good. The different routes you can go. I feel like the cards that could give you different options should be probably mandatory to play at 3. Like this doesn't say special Aliber. This says special a Despia monster, right? So like this Dramaturge, there's ad libitum if you wanted to, and then it also has a protection. Branded Regain, Despia Theater of the Branded in red are the one of the branded cards we play. I think people know why we play 1 branded in red now. This play rarely comes up now. Every once in a while, it's nice. And it was one of my favorite plays going into Guardian Chimera, just because I love to draw cards, and Guardian Chimera helps you draw cards. And branded in red was definitely the card to get you there. But now, with Bestial being a thing, you know, you gotta love it, you gotta hate it. You know, you pick your poison. You live by Bestial, you die by Bestials. So yeah, with this deck. So yeah, Branded Regain, I think that's I don't need to say much about that. It's a really good card. Despia Theater. Now this one, I actually like it a lot, and it actually comes up a lot more because you play the Bestial monsters. Hopefully that didn't mess it up. Low battery, but it actually comes up a lot more because you play the Bestial monsters, because they're a non-fusion fairy monster. And if they leave the field by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard. So yeah, I actually like this a lot, and it's actually just that it's a super poly, just so I can activate it whenever I want. And yeah. Next, 3 Allure of Darknesses. That, like I said, that with Tragedy, just amazing. Yeah, Allure of Darkness really good in the deck. 3 Mass Change 2s. If you use 1, that's fine. You got discard fodder, but this is more against a tier 1, tier limit deck. And yeah, you just don't need to say much. You discard. So you discard them chains, it's pluses. You know, it's just it's not bad. Mass Change 2 is not bad. I enjoy playing it and play testing with it. I'll leave it in as long as tier limit's a thing. When tier limits is not a thing, I'll take them out. But these, my friends, these have replaced the super polys. Now, the reason why they replaced the super polymerization is because, one, you got banishment, right? That's your super poly, even though it's harder to resolve banishment because of bestials. That's fine. I just feel like against tier elements, super polymerization is not good against that deck. I mean, whatever you super poly, first of all, they're big. I'm so bad with names because I brain fart so much. But the 3000 girl that when she summons, she pops or spins something. She can't be used as fusion material, so that's out the window. You can't use that. Rukolos would just come back because it was sent to the graveyard by a card effect. And yeah, so you really don't get much, but a Dracosopalia maybe, and that's not really doing you much. So you super poly, you discarded a card. That's 2 cards from your hand. That could be 2 different cards to help you out. Like I said, we played the patchwork. So only 2 patchworks. The reason why I only got 2 patchworks in here is because, like I said, we got the first of all, Allure of Darkness. So it's a target to banish with the bestials. I mean, banish with the lures. And then it also can banish. You can banish it for your bestial monsters, and they do get when they're discarded, you know, they get effects. They search you patchwork. I think that's a good ratio. If you guys try 3 of these, I would try recommending only playing 2 of them and 3 M chains instead of doing vice versa. All right. 2 polymerizations. Polymerization is really good. I'll explain more into that later. We got Branded Lost. That probably should have been with the branded stuff, but that's fine. 1 Branded Lost. Branded Lost, super good. No need to explanation there. You guys should know what it does. And then Called by the Grave. And the 2 traps, Branded Banishment and Branded Beast. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. The one that tributes fusion monsters, special summon 2 non-fusion monsters, either that are banished or from the graveyard. Why don't I play that? Well, I feel like my first combo, I don't want it to go into that. I don't want to waste my first combo into that. You know, when you brand a fusion, I want to send Lubellion and I want to send, you know, Fall of an Albaz and go. I want to go that direction just because I could get so much more advantage. And yeah, I just don't feel like that lock, the Raw Disciple lock or whatever lock you're playing, I don't think it's worth your first combo. I know it could lock your opponent out. Sorry guys, I know it could lock your opponent out, but like I said, Bestials are a thing too. And if they're not banished, the Raw Disciple and the whatever else, if it's not banished when you bring it back, it's just gonna Bestial it away and you're screwed. So I don't think that's worth the wasting your first combo on that. So now we're going to the extra deck. And the extra deck is not sorted out, but we got 2 Lubellions. Honestly, you can maybe play 1. I just got 2 in there just to be safe, but maybe you could play 1. We have 3 Albion. I think Albion at 3 is I think it's a must, to be honest. You burn through them so quick. You'll burn through it through your first combo, and you'll burn through the second one with Mirror Jade. So yeah, I think you need to play 3. I think 3 is the right number for that. Some of the MVP against Tier Elements is Masquerade. If you get 2 of these guys out, you're pretty much almost gonna win against a Tier Element matchup, because they have like 7 activations, and they activate so much, you know, like 2 mil, then the effect to fuse, then what they fuse, whatever they bring out, that has effects. Say if they bring out crap, I know their names, I just don't know. Kid Kalos. So they bring out Kid Kalos and they use their effect to ditch itself. Well, if they bring out Kid Kalos, that's another effect that they activate to search. Then they search Merly. Then they use Kikolos effect again. Tribute Kikolos special Merly effect. I mean, that's already 6 for 7. They die. Yeah, they can't. They have to play very carefully around this. That stops them pretty well. Next, we got 2 Mirror Jades. Maybe you could play 1. I just play 2 just in case. Actually, sometimes it comes up where I special the second one. Next, we'll do 1 Titanic Clad. Really, this I haven't really used this yet, to be honest. I haven't really used this effect to when it's sent to the graveyard to special summon Albaz and then fuse. Oh, sorry. I gotta look more into that. I gotta try it out. But I have not used that yet. Of course, Guardian Chimera. Only 1. Yeah, I mean, sadly enough, I love this card, but you just don't go into it as much. So 1 is definitely the right number for that. We got some targets to help us. Banishment, branded banishment. Oh, is that what it is? Branded banishment. Yeah, branded banishment. We got some targets of banishment, and then we do side the super polys. So these are in the main just in case we do side the super polys, and then it's also nice to well, nice, but sometimes you need to play polymerization or whatever and go into one of these guys. That comes up sometimes. And then we got the 1 Dark Law, which is sometimes you flip this guy, sometimes you bring this guy out on your opponent's turn. Say they use the Kikolos Merly effect. You mass change on that into Dark Law. 8 cards are banished. That simple. Now this is heavily built to go against tier elements, but it does really well against. I mean, it plays really well with Sprite as well, and other decks. You know, Dark Law hurts. You know, Swap Frog, boom. Yeah. All right, we'll go into the side deck. I'm still working on the side deck. Side deck still work in progress, but we got 3 Lava Golems against you know, these can actually probably go against tier elements. Let me think. Probably not. Never mind. Not against tier elements, but these are definitely for Sprite, and yeah, this is definitely for Sprite. We got super polymerizations. That is for Sprites and just whatever else, you know. I gotta get my 3rd evenly, so this is supposed to be 3 evenlies, but for now I got 2 evenlies and a Dark Ruler no more. 3 Silent Graveyards against cards that activate in the graveyard. So tier elements. Then we have 3 Cosmic Cyclones. That's pretty much self-explained. I am going to show you guys some test hounds now on the next video, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, try this build out and let me know how it performs for you. For me, it performed really well. I'm gonna have to say it has about 75 to 80% chance win ratio against the tier element matchup. And then I did play test a couple times against Sprite. Three games we played, so I took the match 2-1. Yeah, it didn't seem like I was drawing bad, but it is a 50 card deck, and hope you guys try it out. Hope you guys like this video. Subscribe. Peace.